Everyone's talking about Brooklyn Beckham right now, and what just came out is absolutely insane. Hours ago, the eldest Beckham son posted a series of Instagram stories that have the internet in complete shock, breaking years of silence about his family drama with allegations against Victoria and David Beckham that are nothing short of brutal. Brooklyn didn't hold anything back in these posts, opening with a statement that he's been silent for years and made every effort to keep these matters private. His parents and their team continued going to the press, according to him, which left him with no choice but to speak for himself and tell the truth about the lies that have been printed. The part getting the most attention is Brooklyn flat out saying he does not want to reconcile with his family. He's not being controlled. Standing up for himself for the first time in his life is what he's doing now. Before we get into all the shocking details he revealed, I need to ask you something. What do you think really happened here? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I want to know what you're thinking, and if you're finding this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Brooklyn made a massive claim about his entire upbringing in his opening story, stating that for his entire life, his parents controlled narratives in the press about their family, which meant the performative social media posts, the family events, and the relationships that looked perfect from the outside all became fixtures of the life he was born into. Recently, he's witnessed with his own eyes the lengths his parents will go to in order to place countless lies in the media. Most of those lies come at the expense of innocent people, according to Brooklyn, all manufactured to preserve the family's carefully constructed image. But he believes the truth always surfaces eventually. That's exactly what he's doing right now by sharing his side of the story publicly for the first time. Brooklyn jumped right into the wedding drama, which is where things get really specific with dates, names, and incidents that paint a vivid picture of family interference. His parents have been trying endlessly to ruin his relationship since before his wedding to Nicola Peltz, and the attempts haven't stopped even now, with the first bomb he dropped being about Nicola's wedding dress and what his mother allegedly did just weeks before the ceremony. Victoria Beckham canceled making Nicola's dress in the 11th hour despite how excited Nicola was to wear her design, forcing the bride to urgently find a new designer just weeks before the wedding because Victoria backed out at the last possible moment. Imagine planning your dream wedding, thinking your dress is handled by one of the most famous designers in the world, who also happens to be your future mother-in-law, only to have that pulled away when it's almost too late. The dress drama wasn't even the worst thing that happened before the wedding. Weeks before their big day, his parents repeatedly pressured him and attempted to bribe him into signing away the rights to his own name, essentially asking him to give up control over his identity and any business opportunities tied to the Beckham name. The timing mattered tremendously, according to Brooklyn, who explains his parents were adamant that he needed to sign before his wedding date because that's when the terms of the deal would be initiated. His refusal to sign those documents affected a major payday for his parents, and that's when their treatment of him changed completely, suggesting money and business deals mattered more than his autonomy. Victoria called Brooklyn evil during the wedding planning because he and Nicola chose to include Nicola's grandmother, Sandra, and Nicola's aunt at their table, both women having lost their husbands and the couple wanting them close by during the celebration. Both of their parents had their own tables equally adjacent to theirs, so nobody was being excluded. Yet his mother still found a way to turn this into a massive confrontation. The wedding reception brought what Brooklyn describes as the most humiliating moment of his entire life, starting when Mark Anthony called him to the stage for what was scheduled to be his romantic first dance with Nicola, a moment they had planned weeks in advance and choreographed to a love song. This was meant to be a beautiful memory with his new wife in front of their 500 wedding guests. Victoria was waiting for him instead of Nicola. His mother hijacked what was supposed to be his first dance with his wife and danced very inappropriately on him in front of everyone at the reception, turning what should have been an intimate moment between newlyweds into something Brooklyn claims made him more uncomfortable than any other experience in his life. The couple has even talked about renewing their vows someday so they can create new memories of their wedding that bring them joy and happiness instead of the anxiety and embarrassment that now color their memories of that day. He wants to essentially redo his wedding, just to replace the trauma his mother allegedly caused. Members of his family told him the night before his wedding that Nicola was not blood and not family, which must have been devastating to hear about the person you're about to marry. Endless attacks came from his parents since the moment he started standing up for himself, both privately and publicly through statements they sent to the press, with even his brothers getting involved by attacking him on social media before they ultimately blocked him this last summer. The sibling involvement makes this even sadder when you think about how close they all seemed growing up. Brooklyn's wife has been consistently disrespected by his family no matter how hard they've tried to come together as one, and he gave a specific example that really shows the level of rejection they faced when they traveled to London. Brooklyn and Nicola flew all the way to London for David Beckham's 50th birthday celebration, waiting in their hotel room for an entire week while trying to plan quality time with David. David refused all of their attempts to meet unless it was at his massive birthday party with 100 guests and cameras at every corner. And when he finally agreed to see Brooklyn, there was one condition attached that made the rejection crystal clear. Nicola wasn't invited to this meeting. Brooklyn had to see his father without his wife present, which Brooklyn describes as a slap in the face. Later, when his family traveled to Los Angeles, they refused to see Brooklyn at all, not even bothering to make an excuse, just flat out declining to spend any time with their son. Brooklyn really goes in on what he claims are the family's true priorities, stating his family values public promotion and endorsements above all else, with Brand Beckham coming first in every decision, and family love being decided by how much you post on social media or how quickly you drop everything to show up and pose for a family photo opportunity. He and Nicola have gone out of their way for years to show up at every fashion show, every party, every press activity to maintain the image of their perfect family for public consumption. The one time his wife asked for his mother's support to save displaced dogs during the Los Angeles fires, Victoria refused to help, which really exposes the hypocrisy of expecting Brooklyn and Nicola to drop everything for brand appearances while refusing to help with something genuinely meaningful. Brooklyn addresses the narrative that's been circulating in the media about his wife controlling him, with tabloids suggesting Nicola manipulated him or turned him against his family. That narrative is completely backwards, according to Brooklyn, who reveals he's been controlled by his parents for most of his life, not by his wife. Growing up as a Beckham came with overwhelming anxiety for Brooklyn that affected every aspect of his daily life. For the first time in his life since stepping away from his family, that anxiety has completely disappeared. He wakes up every morning, grateful for the life he chose, and has found peace and relief, essentially crediting his decision to distance himself from his parents as the best thing he ever did for his mental health. Brooklyn wrapped up his statement by making it clear what he and Nicola actually want moving forward: peace, privacy, and happiness. They don't want a life shaped by image, press manipulation, or public performance, just the ability to live on their own terms without constant interference or disrespect. David and Victoria Beckham have not responded to any of Brooklyn's allegations as of right now, and the silence is pretty notable, considering how carefully the Beckhams usually manage their public image. The internet is absolutely divided on this situation, with some people supporting Brooklyn for speaking his truth, while others question whether airing family drama publicly is the right approach. Brooklyn already addressed that criticism in his opening statement, though. He stayed silent for years and tried desperately to keep everything private, but his parents kept going to the press with their version of events, which forced him to finally speak up. With that line about believing the truth always comes out, it sounds like Brooklyn might have even more to reveal if his parents continue speaking publicly. What do you think happens next in this family drama? Do you believe Brooklyn's side of the story? Or should we wait to hear from David and Victoria before making judgments? Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any updates as this story develops. Hit that like button to help spread this story. This is one celebrity family feud that's far from over.